Good. The next one, also tying into sales, is our master proposal agent workflow. So yeah, we've got a few agents. We've got the master proposal agent, which does the initial consult. We then hand that over to a second agent, an MPA, multi-agent creator. Okay. It then goes to a business analyst agent, a costing agent, an ROI agent, and then a final proposal agent. Share a few thoughts about your experience building this out, what your learnings have been.
I think as the weeks gone by when I started interning, we started to have client meetings, and this is where we'll have these meetings where they'll discuss their pain points, and then we are supposed to do an agentic consult. And I guess at that point it got a little bit troublesome, because once we had that agentic consult done with them, then we'll have to do a whole proposal, and that would take a lot of time, probably one day or maybe half a day to do it. But because we are a small team, so it's not really very efficient for us. So that's where this agent would come in to help ease the burdens that we were probably facing. So what would happen is that this initial master proposal agent, whenever we see any clients, we'll go there and discuss their pain points, and this would help consult with them. So the agent will ask them questions like, what pain points are you facing? How will you measure success? And via all of this information that is gathered from the agent's questions, it would then draft out an initial agentic solution that we'll have for them for each of their use case. And so what happens after that is that once the user or the client is satisfied, it will pass this information, this agentic solution, into the backend, and the backend will try and flesh out each of these individual use case solutions, and then it will give costing estimates for each of these use cases, the ROI estimation, and it will eventually draft out a full-fledged proposal that will be sent to our CEO for him to at least have a template of reference so that he doesn't need to do it from scratch. I think that's the most important part, is that it just gives a template so it eases up on his time as well, so he can quickly look through and see if he needs to make any changes, see if all of the figures are okay, and then he can quickly send it to the client.
Yeah, it works really well. Again, the benefit from the large language model and the operating system of Amplified Human is the no-code build for the agents, the workflow, but most importantly, the time saved that enables us to do a consult. Normally, we will pull this agent up when we in the follow-up meeting after the indicative proposal has led to the follow-up meeting. And in that meeting, we will discuss those use cases, or they'll present a new use case. We pull this agent up. We do the consult, which asks the right questions. It's got baked in a knowledge base to help us with the costing, to help us with the ROI, and to quantify the benefits. And by the time we get back to the office, there's a detailed proposal to check. So really powerful. In all my years of consulting, I've never seen or experienced this level of quality, speed, and output. Again, human AI, human, hence it emails it to our CEO. He has to read through everything and check it with the technical team, but the speed to execution is what matters. The master proposal agent. So this now is a agent that's designed once we've completed the indicative proposal, it's been sent through, the client wants to meet with us, we tend to go and have a internal or personalized face-to-face with the client. And very quickly, we try and shape the discussion towards completing an in-session consult for about 30 minutes. Either they picked one of those use cases and we extrapolate the nuances of it, or we do a completely new consult. And this agent's designed to really flesh out what the bespoke needs of the client are, and from there to deliver an output. So JK, over to you.
So if you see over here, this is what an example of what the output that the master proposal agent would produce. It is quite similar to the indicative proposal that the business card would, with a few caveats, is that we really want to flesh out our agentic solutions. So this master proposal agent would really delve deep into the different solutions per use case. So you can see each of these solutions are their own agentic systems, and we really want to go into detail into how these solutions would work and what agents are involved in them. And we also have our implementation timeline as well. And we really want to go into the costing breakdown for each of these use cases. So we've detailed them in accordance to things like what are the agents required, what is the technology required, or how much would the software costing would cost, or how much we would help to it will cost for us to train them or maintain the infrastructure for 1 year or 2 years. And furthermore, beyond that, we also provide our ROI analysis as well. This will help whoever we are sending this to better gauge how effective our solutions are for their company, and hopefully using, because it's hard to visualize how effective our solutions are with just words. People often need to see numbers, and this would provide comprehensive numbers and metrics for them to really visualize. And this would first, of course, be sent to our CEO. It gives him already probably 70 to 80% done template of a proposal. And all he needs to do is to check to see if the numbers tally. And once he's satisfied, he can immediately send it into the client. So initially, this would be the master proposal agent. And we've built this agent such that it would help to give the client a consult. So if you can see over here, first we'll ask them for some information that we need. But after that, during the consultation process, we'll ask them things like what business challenges they're facing, or what is the typical volume and frequency of the process, or what is the most frustrating and time-consuming aspect of the current approach. All of these questions are specially curated such that with the answers to these questions, we can better flesh out solutions that is catered for them. So once we do have the initial agentic solutions that this master proposal agent would suggest, then it will go into the next agent, which is the multi-agent creator. Because as mentioned, each of these solutions require, most of the time, it requires their own fleshed out multi-agent systems. So this would help to delve deep into these solutions and really map out the different components, the different technical requirements that each of these solution has. And once it is done, we will pass it into our business analyst. The purpose of this agent would be then to take that fleshed out agentic solution and it would transform it into a PRD document. We also have a costing agent. It would also take the input of that fleshed out solution and it will help to draft out cost, not just for all of the use case, but it will break down each of these use cases and draft out the costing at each step of that use case. And lastly, the outputs from the costing agent as well as the PRD would be passed on to the ROI agent. And this agent will help to do some ROI estimates, of course, with assumptions. And once all of these estimates are done, it will be passed on to the last agent over here, which is the proposal agent. It will take the components from the PRD documentation, the ROI analysis, the cost estimation, and package it into an executive worthy proposal that will be sent to our CEO for him to vet. So if you're curious about the workflow, this is how the workflow would look like. So this would be where the initial agentic proposal solution would come in. It will be passed into the multi-agent creator, and this output would be passed to the business analyst for a PRD and the costing agent for costing estimates. And the outputs from the two of these would be passed into the ROI agent because it needs the information from these previous agents to do its ROI analysis. But lastly, this text merge over here would merge the outputs from these three agents over here. And once it does so, it will pass it into the proposal agent, which would package it nicely and finally send it as an email PDF.
Very good. Again, real strong ROI on this one and efficiency gains for any sales team. So we use this all day, every day. And thank you for that.